The Crown made its opening remarks at the start of an historic trial of two former Hamilton paramedics. Christopher Marchand and Steve Snively are accused of failing to provide the necessaries of life the night 19-year-old Yosif Al-Hasnawi was shot and killed. Nicole Martin joins us in studio with the latest. Nicole.
In the opening statement, Crown Linda Shin says the paramedics were responsible for Al-Hasnawi's care, but that they did not have an open mind and that their assumptions that his condition was not serious couldn't be shaken. We heard today from one of the first responding police officers who said there were conflicting reports on whether the wound was from a firearm or a BB gun.
It was the first day of trial for 32-year-old Christopher Marchand and 55-year-old Steve Snively. In court, the Crown opened and said they treated Yosif Al-Hasnawi, to quote the words of the defendant Christopher Marchand in a recorded call, like he was acting like a D-head, although he used the full vulgarity. The Crown laid out their theory of the night 19-year-old Yosif Al-Hasnawi was shot and killed. Of the paramedics, Linda Shin says, quote, their incorrect belief and assumption that the call in Mr. Al-Hasnawi's condition was not serious could not be shaken, no matter the facts they found on the ground. They had a predisposition to minimize, indeed ignore, the patently obvious issue, a life-threatening penetrating trauma to the abdomen. The first witness called to the stand was Constable Chris Campovari. He was first on scene the night of December 2nd, 2017, along with his colleague, Constable Michael Zizella. In an agreed statement of facts, Yosif was shot by Dale King at approximately 8:55 p.m. 911 was called at 8:56. Constable Campovari and Constable Zizella arrived about a minute later. The paramedics appear at 9:09. The focus today was on the events between those times. Constable Campovari has described it as chaotic. He said he was on crowd control and gathering suspect descriptions while the other officer tended to Al-Hasnawi. Campovari says Constable Zizella said BB gun possibly over the radio at 8:59 p.m. He described what he saw looking at the 19-year-old on the sidewalk. I noticed an injury near the belly button region. There was no blood, and I did not see an exit wound on his back. Campovari says he took a statement from the 911 caller, Steve Ryan, saying, quote, I don't recall his written statement, but he recorded hearing a single pop, and he did believe it to be a BB gun. While Constable Campovari says he had limited interaction with the paramedics, he says he didn't hear what was said by the other officers at the scene. The family spokesperson says Yosif's father, Majid, who was there that night, will be testifying in the trial.
We have so many witnesses that we've seen from the center itself and the bystanders that were all saying the same thing, that these people did not care about human life.
On the Crown's theory, the defendants at every step failed to follow the extensive training they received and the standards they were expected to meet.
Dale King was acquitted of second-degree murder charges in Yosif Al-Hasnawi's death. The Crown is appealing that decision. In the paramedics trial, we will hear from the 911 dispatchers tomorrow. Thursday, Constable Zizella will be called to the stand. And on Monday, we are hearing that Yosif's father, Majid, who has traveled back from Iraq, will be testifying.